Still to come, the Prime Minister stresses the importance of loyalty and political maturity. An F&M MP responds to Reece Chipman's resignation, plus Tennyson Wells laid to rest.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Juanitude. Topping news tonight, one day after Centerville Member of Parliament Reece Chipman resigned from the Free National Movement, citing partisan politics, the party's leader, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, insisted that the country's party-based system requires loyalty, fortitude, and political maturity. Minnis was speaking at the official funeral of former Member of Parliament Tennyson Wells.
For our parliamentary democracy to work, there must be cohesive, disciplined political parties in Parliament. Parties whose members are bound together, generally by a set of objectives and principles. Like other democracies, our party-based system requires loyalty, fortitude, and political maturity by those who answer the call to service their fellow citizens in government and politics. Tennyson answered this call. He sacrificed for what he believed. He did not just sit on the sideline and complain about what was wrong.
During a news conference at his constituency office yesterday, Chipman said he had been contemplating quitting the F&M since January. However, he said he wanted to give the governing party an opportunity to show it is headed in the right direction. He later determined it is not. Chipman said the Minnis administration's handling of Hurricane Dorian played a role in his decision to resign from the F&M and asserted Parliament must be held accountable for the impact of lives lost and what he termed the horrible oil spill in Grand Bahama. He also questioned Minnis' stamina to seek a second term as Prime Minister. Meanwhile, outspoken Free National Movement Member of Parliament Frederick McAlpine says he is not surprised by Chipman's resignation from the F&M. He asserted that Chipman poses more of a danger to the party as an independent candidate. Jasmine Brown reports.
I was not surprised by Mr. Chipman's resignation. A matter of fact, Mr. Chipman was most patient in doing this. I think at one point he perhaps wanted to do this even earlier. And so I wasn't surprised.
With Chipman no longer a member of the party, McAlpine says it's the F&M that should be worried, as the Centerville MP can now be more outspoken than ever, as McAlpine labeled him an independent thinker.
Mr. Chipman is even in a better place perhaps than me and some of my other colleagues that you spoke about, because see, he had to be respectful though we have differences with the party, we're still respectful that we're in the party. Mr. Chipman no longer has to worry about that. He can speak his mind with a clear conscience and he can do what he wants to do. To be honest, those in the party who would celebrate his exit should really take another look, because it was better to have him in than to have him out. Anytime you have people who are in, now on the outside, they have nothing to lose.
Chipman said he submitted his resignation letter to F&M Chairman Carl Culmer at 10 a.m. on Thursday. Speaker of the House of Assembly, Halson Moutry, was also served with a notification of the Centerville MP's resignation. During a press conference on Thursday afternoon, Chipman listed the government's handling of Hurricane Dorian as a key reason for his decision to resign from the F&M. Chipman, McAlpine, and Golden Isles MP Vaughn Miller were considered some of the most outspoken F&M MPs. The trio, along with Bain and Grantstown MP Travis Robinson, all voted against the 60% increase in VAT back in 2018. McAlpine said he not only supports Chipman's decision, he also understands it.
He has his reasons, and quite frankly, I understand his reasons, and I wish Mr. Chipman all the best in his future endeavors, and I support him. 100%.
The Centerville MP is now the only independent member of parliament. McAlpine, who has been critical of his own party, says for now he has no plan to follow in Chipman's footsteps.
I don't know what the future holds, but for now, I'm going to stay within my party because I'm trying to make change within. I think I'm here to hold my party accountable and to continue to show them the error of their ways. I am a preacher, so I guess I just believe in the fruit of the Spirit, long-suffering and patience. And so I'll continue to strive and to go in that direction until I can go no longer. But as for now, I'm going to do all I can within the party to make the change within. And when I can no longer do that, then I too will follow the path that I'm led to follow.
Reporting for R News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
So what do Centerville constituents think of their MP's decision to go independent? Giorgio Bain visited the area to find out.
Residents here in Centerville voicing their opinion on their Member of Parliament's decision to resign from the Free National Movement on Thursday. According to the majority of persons that we spoke to, they believe it was the right decision to get things done here in their constituency. Centerville MP Reece Chipman became the only independent member of parliament on Thursday after announcing his decision to resign from the Free National Movement, listing several concerns including the government's handling of Hurricane Dorian. Residents in Chipman's constituency like Bishop Rudolph Balfour said he supports the MP 100%.
We see for a fact that many years that this area was neglected. And he comes along and he's doing a wonderful job as an MP. But I agree with him because if I want to see my leader and I can't see him, then I can make some serious decisions. Then he's a young leader. And this young generation is not going to really stand for any kind of thing. They're going to call a spade a spade. And we got to really get used to it now because nobody's doing with this kind of politics now. We want action now.
Patrick Ferguson, who has lived in the area his entire life, said he is proud of how vocal the MP has been since being elected in 2017, and he believes this will only make it easier for him.
Now, if you go independent, I guess he can speak louder, being solo. And, that's what the people want. The people actually want leaders, They don't want no one to dictate or, say what you mean and mean it. And then I guess you'll have people's feelings, forever and ever if you're true to your word. So he's one of those persons. He's true to his word. He meant what he say. If you're not getting any help, and people keep coming to you for help, and you keep, let me get to the boss, or let me get to this one. It's not going to work like that.
Galore Wilson, who has also supported the move, said he believes that more constituents will start to support Chipman in light of his decision.
That's a good thing. He resigned in the right way. You don't like what's going on in the body, so that's the best thing to do is to resign. I feel great about it. And I could be up this way campaigning wherever you run. I could be right there campaigning fine.
I think if he went independent, he could still do better. No problem. He could still do. Once he be nice to the people in the areas and help the people, he could do better. Because if Perry Christie did it, he could do it too.
Meanwhile, these constituents told our news that they believe that Chipman's decision to quit the F&M will make things harder for him.
He got his way cut out for me because you can find a lot of people trying to backstab him and keep him down, but he done right so far. Trust me.
No, I don't think that's a wise decision. He either should have gone on PLP or stay F&M, whatever. And independent, he can't get around here no independent. That's it.
Reporting for our news, I'm Giorgio Bain.
The Civil Aviation Department is investigating the collapse of a Pineapple Airplane's landing gear, which shut down Lynden Pinling International Airport for 2 hours this morning. According to police reports, the aircraft was inbound from Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, with 9 passengers on board around 9:15 a.m. when the nose wheel and main landing gear collapsed. As a result, police say the plane was stuck on LPIA's main runway. No injuries were reported. We're told flight services in and out of LPIA resumed around 11:30 a.m. As Abaconians struggle to rebound in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, one dentist is opening up about the hardships of losing her business and starting from scratch. Kyle Joaquin has her story.
Here in this office space that was once Abaco Dental Associates, just check over here. This wall, lined with pictures, the smiling faces of kids who were once patients here. But just over here, old dental tools and equipment, all destroyed by Hurricane Dorian. In this dental office in Marsh Harbor, there are dental tools and equipment scattered throughout the building. With the entire eastern wall ripped out, the only thing left secured in its place is this patient chair. But this, believe it or not, is in a far better state than what Dr. Denise Archer-Sands found her office, Diamante Dental.
My concern is that everybody comes when it's first done, but who comes with the aftermath?
When our news pulled up, we met Dr. Sands trying to remove an X-ray machine from the floor. From outside, we could see straight through the building. The office space has been trashed with papers, scraps of metal, and filing cabinets all over.
And people are like, well, you're insured, but the insurance guy told me you'll see something next year. That's just for insurance. But who do you hire? People want to work.
There's a lot here.
Yeah, see, people want to come and they want to help you clean, but then you have to pay them so much money to clean, and then you're not working, and then you want to take that money to buy your new equipment to equip your new places.
Dr. Sands says after spending her whole life on the island, only having left for college, this office space was her only location.
I even stayed here during the hurricane. So when I say I'm Abaconian and this is my home, this is my home. This is not my, and a lot of the dentists, some dentists that have offices here, this is their second or third office. This is my only office. We just celebrated 21 years, June of this year.
Throughout Marsh Harbor, there is no electricity, little to no businesses open, and very little activity. And now that mainstream media coverage of Dorian has decreased, Dr. Sands questions what's going to happen, particularly after foreign aid leaves.
My concern is after the Americans have left, after the French have left, after the English have left, who's going to be here? And there are a lot of people who want to come back home, but there's no home to come to. And then there's still active looting.
Sands is now calling on many others within the medical field, particularly dentists, to step in and lend a helping hand to assist the struggling island with the recovery process. From Abaco for Our News, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Former Member of Parliament Tennyson Wells was remembered today as an F&M warrior who fought for what he believed today during his official funeral held at Christ Church Cathedral. Prime Minister Minnis says Wells played a crucial role in building the country and the party he loved, adding Bahamians owe a debt of gratitude to people like Wells who offer themselves for public service.
Tennyson Wells was an F&M warrior who early entered the front lines of national politics in order to secure democracy and freedom in the Bahamas. Along with the founders and other freedom fighters in the Free National Movement, he demonstrated the courage and tenacity to enter the arena and to fight for what he believed.
Wells died at his home in his sleep last month. He was 72. He represented Bamboo Town and served as the Attorney General and Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries in the Ingram administration. Wells, one of the founding members of the F&M, eventually left the party and later became the independent MP for Bamboo Town in 2002. In February 2018, he was appointed president and chairman of BAMSI. During that short period, Minnis says he served the Institute well.
He held these posts up to his passing, from this life to eternal life, yet another example of his commitment to serving our country.
During his time in frontline politics, Wells formed a tight bond with fellow parliamentarian Pierre Depuge. He remembered his longtime friend as a generous and compassionate builder of the Bahamian people he represented.
He spent over $50,000 every Christmas buying hams and turkeys for his constituents, TLPs and FNMs. Almost every day, someone asked him for a loan. Tennyson knew it would be not a loan. It was really a gift that he gave anyway. But the most important thing about Tennyson was that he was loyal and a family man.
Still to come, an F&M MP slams government's response in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. Plus, prepare to bid farewell to the Bahamian 1-cent piece. Stay tuned.